hoping really hard that the late April snows have stopped finally, because while I enjoy snow, I don't enjoy it in April when it's been snowing since November. It's like that's 6 months of snow. That's too much snow. So since I hope that the majority of the temperatures starting from now are going to be above freezing, so that means I can finally put down my very first potatoes, which are going to be the early potatoes that maybe will be ready in hopefully towards the beginning of summer, but probably mid-summer. So I have my 10 kilos of seed potatoes. They are a variety called Leah without the H, and let's get digging. I'm thinking while I'm out, I might as well let the chickens out, so I hope that they'll stay close to me so that I can work on the garden. So let's let them out for their second walk of the day. Now about the layout of my garden, my garden sort of has these 3 longer lanes, and one of them already has garlic in, and they're undercover because of all the freezing weather that we've had. And I'm going to be putting down the early potatoes in the middle of the middle one, but because everything is very thoroughly planned in my little notebook, I'm going to measure out everything first. Alright, now I have planned for 4.1 meters of all the other things that are going to be here. So this is 2 meters here and another 2 meters here. So from here to there, I'm going to have the potato bed. It's a bit longer than 2 meters. I don't know how wide, and currently I am digging out a pathway here. That's going to be a little lower than the actual bed itself. So we're going to have this sort of U-shaped pathway system in the garden. Okay, so this is going to be the pathway. I'm leaving about 40 centimeters for some leafy greens, and I guess now it's time to start the actual rows for the potatoes, which is going to be a lot of work, but hey. Finally time to put down the very first potatoes of the season. Oh my goodness. Since I have kept these in a warmer place, sort of indoors, then they have sprouted very nicely, so I can just put these sprouted potatoes in the ground and they will grow much faster because I've done this. Now, since I have a lot of seed potatoes, probably way too much for the land that I'm going to use them for, I'm going to put them about 25-ish centimeters apart. And it'll be fine because they are quite prolific in whatever spacing you put them in my limited experience. And I like to put them quite deep, that way they have more soil to work with and more area to produce eating potatoes in. Now the easiest way to get the soil back onto the rows is to just use a rake and dump it in. Now to do it all again for as many times as I have the energy for today. I'm hoping I can fit like maybe 5 more rows in here at most, but I probably won't be able to dig all of that today because I haven't dug anything for the entire winter, so muscles are out of practice. Okay, I have been digging for an hour now, but I managed to do the entire bed of potatoes and I actually measured it now. It is 2 meters by 3 and a little bit more meters. So that is the early potato bed done. And I need a shower and a break. I need to, oh my god, my muscles. I actually almost forgot to cover it because I want these potatoes to be ready as soon as possible. I'm covering them with this sort of more dense gardening cloth that's going to keep them warmer than the weather actually is. And that's hopefully going to get me early potatoes by midsummer, because it's one of my goals in gardening to have my very own early potatoes for midsummer. Like, that would be amazing. But since I only got these potatoes down like towards the end of April, it's probably not going to happen, but a girl can hope. Hello, it is finally a warm day that I have time during, despite it being really windy, so I hope that it doesn't mess up the sound too much. Today I'm going to try to do the entire chicken run area and switch it from its winter mode to its summer mode, which means taking out all the leaves that I've put in there for winter and putting in a lot of sand, because sand is easier to clean during summer, but it is too cold for their feet during winter. So let's go and do that. And this is the fit because it is warm. I think a broomstick might be useful here. And I'm going to use this as mulch on the pathways of my garden. Everyone else is far away. What are you doing here? Do you want to lay an egg? Do you want to lay an egg? Hello. Come on. Or do you want to get inside from the other door? This silly goose is not came from really far away. They're like way down in the gully. I can see them though. And this lady has to lay an egg, so she came all the way back. She doesn't know that she can lay eggs outside, which is really funny. Hello? Can I help you? now these silly geese have come in before I'm ready for them because all the leaves are gone, but I haven't brought in all the sand that I need to bring. So you guys might be a little bit spooked when I bring in the sand. Fiona, ajas välja. Ajas välja. Oh my god. Why does sand have to be this heavy? Käsemme koju ja mä annan teille maidosta. Joo. Because I am really tired and my lunch break is over, I'm just gonna put these guys back in and continue bringing in the sand once I'm finished work for the day. And I'm not bothering to really spread the sand out, because if I do this, they're just gonna spread it out for me. Because they are feral for the treats. Happy 1st of May, everyone! It is a gorgeous day, and today is also a free day because it's the workers' holiday. And today I'm sowing carrot seeds, and later in the day I'm also sowing all my beans and some peas. But those are still soaking because they sprout better when they have been soaked for a while. So let's get to it! And something that I forgot about earlier is that I actually have some compost that I made last year, which is, I don't know how well it has composted. I know that it does have the correct ratio of browns to greens, so it has a lot of chicken poop in it, which is supposed to be great compost. So I'm going to use it on my carrots and hope for the best. Well, it sure looks juicy. I think it's enough for a small bed of carrots. And looking at all this cowslip, I'm starting to think that I should actually gather some for some of my anti-joint pain tea. So that's on the to-do list. So now that I have the ground rough, oh my goodness, I poured out all my carrot seeds. No! No! I wanted to show you what carrots I'm going to grow, and one of the packets is from last year, so it's open. And it's the Autumn King that is just pouring onto my hand. Oh my goodness. And the other one is purple carrots that I'm growing for the first time this year. They're probably not going to taste very good because in my experience the carrots that are not their original color are not the tastiest, but I want to grow them still. Now I am going to make mix these divots for where the carrot seeds are going to go, because they need to go about 1 to 2 centimeters deep. So I'm just going to mark these places out. And now I have sown 5 rows of carrots, one of the lines being from the purple carrot seeds. There weren't that many seeds in that packet, and all the rest being the lovely regular carrots that I grew last year also, which were really good. So now it's time to spread the compost over them, which is going to be a little bit icky because I saw some worms in there. And I'm gonna softly rake over all of this so that the seeds are definitely covered. So that has been carrot sowing. Okay, I did not record my sowing of the peas and beans because I feel like crap, and that's life with chronic illness, I guess. So now I'm lying down, as you do, hoping to feel better until it's time to sleep. This is one of the things that I do every day now. I take out all my plants in the late morning and keep them here until sometime in the evening so that they can get acclimatized to the colder weather and the more harsh sunlight that they get here. If I were really good about it, then I would put the tomatoes inside the greenhouse. I do not have the energy to do that. And for most of these I'm going to have to do this until the end of May, because that's when the last frost is here. And last year I put out all my pumpkins before the end of May, and the last frost that was at the end of May killed them all. And I shall put them back in when it's nighttime. Another thing that I do pretty much daily lately, because it's been so dry lately, is the watering the plants, but I'm not gonna put you through watching that because it's pretty basic and boring. It's just important to keep the seeds wet, otherwise they won't germinate. I can't wait for all the seedlings to sprout and for the garden to be nice and lush again. Oh. I'll keep you updated on my garden.